Hey, this is Meek, Stylinsocialite Says, and I just wanted to come on this evening and talk a little bit about my journey. Many of you know me on Facebook. I have several friends. Some I've met in person, some I haven't, some I've talked to, and many I haven't. But I thought I'd let you all hear my voice and share a little bit of my story. Born and raised in Dayton, Ohio. I've been doing hair for 21 years this year. I actually started doing hair when I was 13 years old. I would take a pair of shears, cut you, and curl you to death with no fear. I come from a family of barbers and stylists on both sides, mother and father. Mom, she completed school and unfortunately never got her license after missing her appointment to take the test one time. But my dad is currently still a barber in Dayton, Ohio, and has been for over 40 years. I was a barber before I was even thought about. But kind of back in the day, I get to see my parents. I stayed in the barbershop when I was little, so I was always in the barbershop because mom worked, dad could take us to work, me and my sister. So we were always in the barbershop. So I was always around the shop or salon type atmosphere. And they kind of became like the king and queens of doing curls in the area. They would travel from Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, doing curls. And I think watching that coming up, it taught me hustle and drive. And in '04, I decided I'm going to relocate to Cleveland. And this is like after being told that that's not a good idea, you shouldn't do it. I just decided to step out on faith and go. I got to rent a car. Didn't know how I was going to pay for the car. I would go to Cleveland at the end of the week so I could be there on the weekends when it was busy and then come back to Dayton at the beginning of the week. I kept that car 4 weeks, and when I went to Cleveland, I didn't have any clients. I had a few friends there, and I didn't have any clients, and I also didn't have a place to live. So occasionally I would have a hookup at a hotel where my friend worked. She would make some moves and switch some things around. So either I was paying a little bit of nothing or nothing at all. But for the most part, I stayed in the back of It's a Hair Thing beauty salon, which is where I worked. I was introduced to Mike Colson, we call him Mike C, by a stylist there named Caesar. And I went to Cleveland, like I said, with nothing. So I would stay in the back of the shop and wake up at like 5:30 in the morning, get up, get myself dressed and ready, turn that open sign on at 6 o'clock. No clients, nobody's letting me do their hair. It was me, Mike, and another guy in there. And they didn't do eyebrows. Neither did I. But at that point, I decided I'm going to pick up this razor and I'm going to do some eyebrows. So that's how I made money through the week when I first started going there, doing eyebrows. Eventually, I started having a few clients here and there. And we would go to the Horizon with Ronnie and do like postcards. And Mike had me passing out 5,000 postcards a week. And this was like on a regular. To this day, I can't figure out how I read myself of 5,000 postcards, but I know it was done and it can be done. So at the end of that 4th week, I took the car back, and I had found a little car before I left. So I took the car back to Dayton, and I rode the bus back to Cleveland. When I got my little car, they charged me like $300 a month, $1,200 car. So I had a car, place to work, clientele started to pick up, but I still didn't have a place to live. Eventually, I found a place to live. So by this time, I moved into my place maybe on that 3rd month. I have my own car. I'm making about $2,000 a week. And this is regularly, nonstop. Clientele picked up. So basically, I went from no car, no home, no clients, to car, home, clients in 90 days. So after that, things just got good for me. I was there for 4 years and ran into some mishaps. I had an accident. I had upgraded my car at some point. I had an '05 Impala and got in an accident and totaled my car. And from that point, it was like downhill. In my low point, all I knew was it's time for me to move on from where I'm at. But I was so scared because that's what I was used to. I depended on Mike. I had to get away from that. So basically, I ended up finding another shop to work at and another place to live. And it was just rough because I wrecked my car. And when I got my new car, the engine went out. So now I'm stuck still. I'm just in my apartment thinking to myself, like, what am I going to do now? And all I could tell myself was that if I'm not dead, then I can go no lower. God's not going to let me go any lower. There's only one way to go from here is up. So during that time, I didn't cry. I learned to tell myself that the way you go through is the way you come out. I'm not going through it whining, kicking, and screaming. I'm going through it head up and believing that, things are going to turn around. So I ended up working at another shop. And everything was good there, I did pretty well. I stayed there maybe for 4 years. So then I meet Robert Blygen on MySpace. He's from here where I live at now, Charleston, South Carolina. And we would chat about hair things. He was interested in doing females' hair and things of that nature. And he extended an offer to me to come and work in his shop. Never been to South Carolina, Charleston, anywhere near here before. But I'm saying, hey, I'll come check it out. I mean, if I can move somewhere, be homeless, no car, what could it hurt to fly down here and see what's going on? I asked, could I work? He said, yeah. So I started promoting myself on MySpace. And mind you, I only had MySpace because I was trying to watch my children, make sure everything was okay with them. But what I started to see was a lot of people that I knew in the industry from the Detroit area, different stylists. And I started adding them. And then soon I just had like 3,000, 4,000 friends, barbers, stylists, all in the industry. I met many, many good friends at MySpace. Nat Williams, Lady Barber in Tampa, Florida. I met MC Razor. He's in Atlanta out of Muncie, Indiana. Most of y'all probably know MC Razor. Michael Clark, glitter at the hair show, but a beautiful person. Yeah, that's my boy. I met Lee Burgess, Lee Blades, most people know him as. And I met Nuri West from Major League Barber. So I'm going to Charleston back and forth like every 3 weeks. I went down there. I had started soliciting women on MySpace. So I had like 11 women when I got there. Mind you, never been here. 11 women. So I go, Rob set me up nice. I get my clients in. Everybody loving what I do. And I'm constantly booking clients as I'm there because they're hitting me up on MySpace. Keyword here is social media. So I'm working. What I'm learning is I'm making more money in 3 days here than I was making, all week in Cleveland. It's okay, guys. I'm going to come back in 3 weeks. Just don't let nobody cut your hair if you want me to do your hair. So I come back. Everybody came back. Everybody brought friends. I came here September 08. September, October, November. I decided I'm going to go ahead and stay. I had built a great clientele. I was doing a lot of the, really popular females here in the city. Many of them still come to me this day. I wound up working at another salon before I came back permanently. I went to Luciano's. Shout out to Khalid, who has always been in my corner and helped me out. But I came back home after the holidays in January, got my car, packed up my apartment, drove back to South Carolina. Literally got up 5 a.m. in the morning, got here at 5 a.m., had a roommate that backed out on me. So when I came back here, once again, I'm homeless, but I got a car. So now I know it's not the same situation. I just come off the highway, pull up in the back of the shop, boom, start doing hair. Get that money. Got me a room. Then I found a place where I could stay weekly. So anyway, fast forward. I've been here almost 6 years. Have never given up. Have always had a place to live. Even when many places told me no, I found a place to live. I always had a car here. I've never, had to call home asking for help. God has never let me down since I've been in Charleston. So basically, I just wanted to share a little bit of my story to say to anybody in the industry who is feeling less motivated or feeling like giving up or even want to come back in the industry. Anything is possible that you put your mind to. What you put in the atmosphere is what you get out. If you want to make it in the industry, you will make it in the industry. If you don't, you will not. You can't sit there and fall complacent or get caught up with people around you. I found myself in the middle of people who would always say how slow it was and how we weren't making money. And eventually I started repeating everything I was hearing. So one day I sat back and I'm watching and I'm like, they look disgusting. And something just clicked and I turned myself back around. I had to go back to where I started. My hustle, my grind, back to when Mike had me passing out those 5,000 cards. Back to when I first moved here, I would just go to the shop and bang it out for whatever I needed. Or I'd go crazy posting on social media. So it's Facebook now. But all of you see me. I'm there. I'm constantly posting. I'm constantly sharing. I'm constantly just putting up my link to book online, my work, taking pictures. Those are all the things that you need to do to stay in the fight. You can't give up. You can't just sit there and say, well, no one's getting their hair done. Because for every person that's not getting their hair done, there's many people that want their hair done. They don't know nothing about you. So you got to get out there and make yourself known, make yourself seen. Introduce yourself. I'm Meek. I do hair. If your stylist is ever sick or unavailable, give me a call. You ain't got to make it like somebody's hair is messed up, A lot of women get offended if you just walk up and give them a card. There's always a creative way to make a way for yourself. So if you feeling like, things aren't going your way, don't give up. If you're passionate, don't give up. You can't give up. Because when you're passionate about something, that means you love it. And if you love it, then you love it to life. You don't love it to death. Only thing you need to do is get up every morning and do it differently. That's what I'm doing now, doing it differently. I'm embarking on opening my own salon in a few weeks. It's a scary journey, but, it's teaching me a lot, and I'm learning a lot about myself as I go through this process, something I've never done before. I'm basically learning as I go. But what I am learning about myself is it's time to step up and step into my purpose and do what I know that God has set up for me to do. So I'm constantly trying to encourage everybody around me. Many people may say, oh, you post too much on Facebook. I don't care what you say. I'm going to post. I'm going to blow your news feed up. Because for every person that says you're blowing up my news feed, there's so many people that are thankful and are watching and are holding on and keeping on because of something I have posted. So as I continue on my journey, I'll continue to do my videos and share things that, strike me as interesting. Just know, when you see me posting, I'm only here to inspire you. And I'm not going to stop posting. I'm 41 years old in the game, and I'm not bowing down to nobody young. So if you young and you want it, you better be hungry, because I'm hungry and I'm here to take it. So if you want it, you better roll with me. So having said all that, I just want everybody to stay uplifted and don't give up. If you on the Facebook and you see one of your colleagues seem a little low, hit them with a smiley face. Inbox them. You okay today? I do that. Somebody can testify to that. I sure do. If I see somebody feeling down, don't be sad. Be happy. Inbox them. Are you okay today? You never know what 2 words can do for somebody. I'm guessing, feeling like this is my ministry, I have my 20 plus girls who tune in and watch Pastor Jamal Bryant with me online whenever he's on. You all know that about me. So when I'm going hard on Facebook, I'm not performing for anyone. I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone. I'm keeping myself motivated. So if I can keep others motivated in the process, that's what I'm going to do. So that'll be it this time. I will get better at this. This was so random. I decided I'm going to start sharing via video. So first video, this is it. Next video will be better because I will sit down and think of what I want to talk about versus just coming off the top of my dome. Y'all like my hair? Did it myself. You got to keep a sense of humor in this industry too, because it will tear you down. Can't be faint at heart. But anyway, as I was saying, I just wanted to reach out and say hey to everybody and share a little bit about myself. And hopefully I've encouraged somebody along the way. And if you ever want to holler at me, just inbox me. I'll talk to you. I have nothing to hide. I might not know what to say, but sometimes it just comes, If I can help you, I'll help you. And if I can't, I'll help you find help. So this is Meek Stylinsocialite Sheer. And signing out.